Long ago in Umuagu, a village woven between whispering forests and rolling farmlands, there lived a woman named Amanda. She was gentle, soft-spoken, and known for her laughter that warmed even the coldest evenings. Her husband, Okechukwu, had been a brave hunter, but when he died under mysterious circumstances during a hunt, confusion and fear fell upon the village like a heavy night shadow. Rumors spread like Hamatan fire. She killed him, some whispered. No, she used strange herbs, others added. What else explains the mystery? The elders murmured. Fear became anger, and anger became judgment. The king and his council of elders called Amanda before the village square and declared, "You are banished from Umuagu until the gods reveal the truth." No one defended her. No one stood beside her. With nothing but a small bag of herbs and the clothes on her back, Amanda walked into the dense forest, heartbroken, abandoned, and utterly alone. Deep inside the forest, Amanda found a small clearing surrounded by towering iroko and silk cotton trees. With her bare hands, she built a tiny hut, just big enough to sleep in during cold nights. Each morning, she gathered herbs, bitter leaves, roots soaked in dew, sweet-smelling flowers. The forest hid like jewels. She cooked, she worked, she healed her own wounds of the heart, and she sang. Her voice rose like a bird's call, soft, patient, hopeful. It kept her company. It reminded her that even in darkness, light could be carved out of small, stubborn songs. Villagers who worked close to the forest sometimes heard the voice drifting through the trees but dismissed it as the forest spirits playing tricks. One red sun afternoon, as Amanda sang and pounded herbs, she heard a groan outside her hut. She rushed out. There, collapsed on the ground, was a hunter named Ikenna. Blood soaked his leg, and his breathing was quick and shallow. A wild beast. It bit me. I couldn't outrun it, Ikenna struggled to say. Amanda's heart raced, but her hands remained steady. Do not fear, she said. The forest has bitten you, but the forest will also heal you. She carried him inside, cleaned his wound, applied crushed leaves, and wrapped it with bark strips. As she worked, she hummed one of her healing songs, soft, rhythmic, comforting. By morning, Ikenna sat up, fully healed. Your herbs, your hands, your voice, they saved my life, he said, overwhelmed. Amanda only smiled. Go home to your wife. She is waiting. And he left, limping no more. When Ikenna reached home, his wife, Ngozi, cried with joy. What happened to you? She demanded. He told her everything. The wound, the mysterious healer, the songs, the herbs. Ngozi, the palace chef, listened wide-eyed. She whispered to some women at the market. They whispered to others. And soon, villagers quietly slipped into the forest to see the healer. A coughing child, an old man with swollen legs, a pregnant woman in need of strength. Amanda healed them all, asking for nothing in return. And none recognized her. Years of hardship and loneliness had changed her face and voice. She had become the forest medicine woman. One gloomy, moonless night, disaster struck the palace. The king's only son, Prince Arinze, fell ill. His body burned with fever. His breath was shallow. His eyes refused to open. Herbalists came from far and near. One by one, they failed. The palace dimmed with sorrow. The king paced. The queen cried silently. Then Ngozi, the palace chef, approached the queen, trembling. My queen, forgive me. But there is a woman, a healer in the forest. She once healed my husband when he was near death. The queen hurried to the king with the news, but the king scoffed. A forest woman? A nobody? How dare you bring such a suggestion? Yet as the night deepened and the prince's breathing weakened, fear overshadowed pride. When the hunter, Ekenna, was summoned, he confirmed the tale. "Bring her," the king commanded. Ekenna raced into the forest. "Amanda," he called as he reached her hut, "the king summons you to the palace." Amanda paused, herbs in her hands. "I cannot go with you," she whispered. "Why?" She lifted her chin slowly, pain flickering in her eyes. "Because that king and those elders are the same people who banished me. They turned my grief into shame. Let the king come to me if he seeks my help." Ekenna swallowed hard, nodded, and returned. When he delivered her message, the king was furious. "Me? Go to a forest witch?" But the queen, desperate for her son's life, grabbed his arm. "If the forest is where hope is found, then to the forest you must go." With heavy, reluctant steps, the king made the journey. When he reached the clearing, he saw Amanda standing outside her hut, calm, confident, and glowing with strength he had never seen in her before. "You," the king muttered. "It is you, Amanda." "Yes, my king," she said without bowing. He exhaled deeply. "Save my son, I beg you." Amanda nodded slowly. "I will go with you, but on one condition." The king stiffened. "Name it." "When the prince is healed, I will become his wife." The king blinked, stunned. "You want to marry the prince?" "Yes, and you will lift the banishment placed on me." Desperation swallowed the king's pride. "So be it." The palace fell silent as Amanda entered. Her steps were soft, her wrapper brushing the marble floors. When she saw the prince, she began to sing, low and steady, a healing song older than the village itself. She mixed herbs, burned leaves, pressed roots against his chest, placed drops of medicine on his tongue, and then slowly, he breathed deeply, his eyes fluttered open, color returned to his cheeks. "The prince is healed." Cheers erupted across the palace, but the queen's smile froze when she looked closely at Amanda. "You," the queen gasped, "you are the widow we banished years ago. She cannot marry my son." But the king had already proclaimed loudly, "I lift the banishment from Amanda. She saved our son and kept her end of the agreement." The queen clenched her fists, rage burning in her chest. That night, consumed by jealousy and fear of losing her place, the queen hatched a dark plan. If she dies, the queen thought, the promise will die with her. She poisoned Amanda's food, but fate, as always, has its own ways. The palace maiden, confused and rushing, served the wrong plate. To the queen. Moments later, the queen collapsed. The palace erupted in chaos. The king rushed to her. Amanda knelt beside the dying queen, not with anger, but with compassion. The queen wept weakly. "I only wanted to protect my son. Forgive me." "Amanda." Amanda took her trembling hand. "I forgive you." And the queen breathed her last. Time passed. Wounds healed. Life moved forward. Amanda and Prince Arinze grew close, bound by destiny, gratitude, and an unexpected love that blossomed naturally. Soon, the drums of celebration echoed across the land. They married in a grand ceremony, the entire village watching in awe as the once banished widow became the prince's bride. Years later, when the king passed away, the crown was placed upon Arinze's head. Amanda, once cast out, once forgotten, stood beside him as Queen Amanda of Umwagu, the healer who turned pain into power and sorrow into destiny. And in the palace gardens, every evening, she still sang the same songs she once sang in the forest. Only now, they were songs of victory.